That should be better. Hey, it's the super bright edition of the Erskine Music Show. Summertime, baby. Summertime in Nashville. What's up, guys? You guys didn't think you're going to see me for a while, but you can't really get rid of me. It's only occasionally that you can get rid of me. I like to take the summer, chill a little bit. There's a lot of travel that's going on there, a lot of reset that's going on there. There's a lot of things that we are working on to improve for season 7, but there's just sort of this in-between time that we have. Maybe something like, I don't know, an album release today. What's going on here today, folks? It's the Erskin Music Show, and we're excited that you guys are here. Let me give you guys look, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's just an album release. Okay. I mean, new album. Get all that stuff off the screen here. We got to get the Dolphins in here. Whoa. Okay, Dolphins. All right, man. So, yeah. So much going on here at the Erskin Music Studios today. It's a sunny day in Nashville, which means that I have good reception for the show, which means the delay is not going to be more than 10 seconds. So thank you guys so much for tuning in the Erskin Music Show special edition here. We got a new album that's coming out today. Stream it, play it on all the platforms, do all the things that you can to enjoy this album. So the album is entitled Live Louder. And you know what? I need to actually bring a copy of that in here today. But before we do all of that, let's go ahead and get the official tag for the show, just so you guys know that there's not some imposter who's sitting in this seat. It is actually Erskin himself who is sitting in this seat. You know how I know that? All right, so folks, I don't want to make this all about me. I want to make this all about what the Lord has done, and so I'm going to tell a little bit of the story of this album, do some frequently asked questions, and then also give a sense of kind of where we're going with Erskin Music into the future. There's some exciting things that we've done already this summer, some exciting things that we're going to be doing leading into season 7. But I want to make this much ado about you guys as well. So jump in the comment section, drop your comments in there. Be conversing as much as you guys want to. I'll filter the comments in there because every once in a while there's some jokers who get on here from what is that platform? Twitch. The gamers that get on here and they like to do funny stuff. Hey, gamers that are out there, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. So do the Dolphins. All right, so we'll jump on and we'll do a couple of things as far as that's concerned. I've got a new video that also is coming out. And so it just came out yesterday. And so we're kind of ramping up to this release today. And we will see what we can do with that. Now, let me do this because we have a special guest that's coming on here and I need to get her on and off so that people can stay alive. All right, let's get the video Be Brave, which you guys heard about, was released. A lot of you guys responded to that on social media, and I do appreciate that. But I was recounting the fact that I had played Be Brave, the performance video of that, but you guys have never actually seen the full lyric video. So I started talking to the creator, Christabel Braden, about a month or so back, and I was saying, oh, I don't think we ever fully finished that and then uploaded it. So that song is not on the new album, but that song is a lead up in something that you guys have never seen. The only people who would have seen this video before now are the people who actually see me live in show and in concert. And so I want to play a little bit of that, share that with you guys. And then we're coming back with a special guest, doing some frequently asked questions. Then I've got a little promo tag that's here. Just settle in for a few minutes today. I know I may have caught you off guard today. You didn't even know the Erskin Music Show was going to go on in the summertime, but it is. It's summertime, sailboats and everything. And so let me share this with you guys. It's a Be Brave lyric video. Enjoy this, and then we're coming back with a special guest.
I'm surrounded by people watching me. They're They're watching me, watching my every single move. Something special is rising up. Yeah, it's rising up. Coming from deep inside of me. Like a flame, it's the passion
You're on right after this
of
song.
my life.
Yep.
You can see it when you look into my eyes. I'll never be the same, yeah. Love makes me who I am today.
Hit that camera.
Makes me wanna be brave. Love makes me who I am today. Makes me wanna be brave. There's a melody and it's rising up. Yeah, volume up, so everyone can hear the sound. Gonna sing like we never did. Oh, we gotta sing until they hear the harmonies. Till everybody can hear the song. Let's have a party, everybody sing along. We'll never be the same, yeah. Love makes me who I am today. Makes me wanna be brave. Love makes me who I am today. Love makes me who I am today. Makes me wanna be brave. Wanna be brave. Come on. Throw your hands up. Raise your voice up. Feel the power of the spirit move. Throw your hands up. Raise your voice up. Feel the power. You'll never be the same again. Love makes me who I am today. Makes me wanna be brave. Come on. Love makes me who I am today. Love makes me who I am today. Makes me wanna be brave. Love makes me who I am today. Love makes me who I am today. Makes me wanna be brave. Wanna be brave.
Get those guys off of there.
With hundreds.
All right. That's me. Be brave. Dance video. Lights and everything. We still got the lights that are going here. But since I kind of broke the surprise, if you guys were listening, the camera, the person that's talking on the other side of the screen happens to be my wife, who's coming in. Here she is. Give you guys applause. Applause track. Fireworks. All right. She's coming in to give her endorsement for this new album. Are you endorsing this new album?
I am endorsing the new album.
That's a good thing to do. You should endorse this new album. From your vantage point, oh look, you got stars on you. You are a star. Look at that. From your from your vantage point, this is you confirm this for me because people won't believe this when they hear it because a lot of people hearing this album nationally distributed for the first time. This is album number 8 in the Erskin music tree.
This is true.
This is true.
I confirm that.
You can confirm. You could have denied it, but that would have been untrue. Album number 1,
That'd be a strange thing to lie about.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Really quickly, there's some folks who have commented here. Jeremy, thank you so much, Jeremy. Man, always wonderful. And you're still in the Do What You Got to Do video, so people all over the world get a chance to see you when you do concerts. really quickly, you having a major award.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she's bringing me a major award. The major award. I have received a major award. I'm not going to show you what the major award actually is. It's for cooking, but no, for today it's going to be for music. No, this is a international award that I received several years back, and a long time coming. This is not a Dove Award. This is a Love Award. Just sticking with it for the time that we have, and so thank you very much. A very special occasion today. Album release, and already have won an award for this. I'm sure the GMA will be calling me very soon to nominate me for subsequent awards, lifetime achievement awards, and all those different things. So 8 albums down, at least 8 more to go.
Okay. Yay.
No, what did you want to say in reference to this album? Any of your thoughts, comments? What the people want to hear more from you than they do from me. So
True, that's not true. I think you should listen to the album. Um, no, it's a good some of the best songs that he has done.
yeah,
So
it's a compilation album, people. It's the greatest of. Normally, people do this at the end of their career, but sometimes they do it at the beginning of their career because with a distribution deal, now people are actually going to hear me for the first time and think, "Oh, I didn't know this guy existed." So I'm going to tell that story here in just a little bit. But I wanted Kelly to come on with the Love Award and just share with you guys a couple of her thoughts and her endorsement. And we're going to get to some of the other video endorsements that are out there. But I want you guys to see Kelly because you should always see Kelly. And here's the album. Here's what it looks like. Boom. Thank you so much to the amazing team who put all of this together. As I'm looking at it, there's only 3 typos on the back of the album. So, the next album should only have 2. No, great job from distribution to all of the all of the things related to the record label, Respark Music, and all the songs were on there. Stephen Lawicki did a fantastic job compiling all of that. Alex at True East Mastering, getting everything remastered for this project, and then also Aaliyah for the design, and also we have Sarah Kotry who took this picture when I was over in India, and so this is Live Louder. And some people thought that it was a reggae album. Not quite. Let me get a little bit closer. That doesn't look so much reggae because the dreadlocks are really short on this one. And so there we go. But so thank you so much, Kel, for just
bye.
keeping everybody alive around here. And so that was Kelly on the show endorsing the album. She fully endorses the album. And so let's continue on with that. Dolphins endorsed the album. Many people have endorsed the album. Let's get you guys comments. Hey, my friend Steve McCauley, who is here, who wants a couple of albums. You'll definitely get a couple of albums. We're going to be coming to East Tennessee. I don't know if you can wait that long. You probably shouldn't have to wait that long. I'm going to the post office today, so put your orders in, put your addresses in. I can send these out all over the place. Be headed up to Illinois a little bit later on today, and so I'll be up in Litchfield this weekend. Then we'll be back, and then we'll be in Independence, Missouri, and so I take a little bit of a pause in the summertime from the Erskin Music Show and its fullest scope because we are traveling tons. The band is doing a lot of different things, rehearsals, all the different things that are going on. And I think it's just good for you guys to see Kelly because one of the important things that we do during the summer is also spend some family time because during the school year, we are running, hustling, Ricky Ross up in this thing. And so it's good to kind of dial it back a little bit, have some family time. The family, I will just go ahead and say, make some tremendous sacrifices for me to be able to do this show. Literally, the kids' room is about 3 feet away, and there's a wall that's separating us. And we have a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old that stay in that room. And so, in order for me to even do this show, they've got to be in another part of the house, which our house is not super big. The Anavatarte La Mansion is it's substantial, at least 1,300 feet of substantialness, and so they've got to occupy another part of the house so that I can do the show. And then Kelly's got to keep them alive. And then the teenagers also, when they're in town, are all over the place. And so there's a lot of sacrifice to go into making the Erskin Music Show. And so the summertime, we dial things back. I'm already making some improvements for season 7 that I'm going to unveil when the season starts back in September. But I wanted to come on today and just talk a little bit about this album. All right. Thanks, Steve, for your encouragement always. This is the new album release show. And so what I want to do here is just really quickly play a video that has some of you guys that have supported the show over the years, giving some endorsement to this album. Check this out, guys.
Hey everyone, it's Joe Silva with Legacy Minded Men. And have you heard that my good friend Erskin is releasing his latest album on June 23rd called Live Louder? So I'm going to encourage all of you to playlist it and or stream it on your favorite platform. So don't wait, get it done and enjoy his great music. God bless you.
Hey, a few years ago, I was sitting in this office and this guy pops in my door and he sticks his head in and says, "Hey, my name is Erskin. You don't know me, but is there any way I can pray for you and possibly bless your ministry here at the University of Florida Baptist Collegiate Ministries?" He said he was a singer, songwriter, artist from Nashville. And so I said, "Are you any good?" He said, "Well, I've got a CD you can decide." He handed it to me and I played it. And afterwards I said, "Yeah, you're pretty good." And we became friends, and we've been friends to this moment. So because of that friendship and because of what he's done in our ministry, it's my great honor to ask you to go today to whatever streaming service you use to download and listen to your songs. Search for Erskin's new album, Live Louder.
My friends, I have some exciting news for you. 3 things you should know. June 23rd, Erskin Anavatarte, Live Louder. He has done it. On every single streaming platform, you can go listen to Erskin's new album come out. June 23rd, Live Louder. Oh my goodness, so exciting. Come listen with us.
Hey, it's Dawn and Steve. We've got such exciting news. Our friend Erskin, you know Erskin, Live Louder Project is releasing the 23rd. Yeah, the 23rd. This coming Friday. You want to make sure that you're streaming it.
Anywhere that you stream your music. So Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you're streaming music, make sure you check it out. It's Live Louder, the 23rd.
Oh, funny, funny, funny times. And so we started at the bottom. Now we're here. Thank you guys so much for those endorsements. And folks who have already contacted, get this off my face. Folks who have already contacted me from the East Coast this morning, even before I woke up, and talking about how much they enjoyed the album and some of the songs that were on the album. Special shout out to Lydia. Where are the Dolphins at? Have the Dolphins taken a nap today? They have not even worked today. Dolphins, where you guys at? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. No, the Dolphins are taking a break. Special shout out to Lydia Walker, Lydia Walker Athey, who's featured in the song Giver of Life. That song came out for your enjoyment today as well. It would have been a single, but I'll answer a couple of questions, frequently asked questions here in just a few moments. But a special shout out to her because there are some people who, in hearing that for the first time today, really were blessed by that. And there's sort of a new angle that I hadn't thought of before that people are kind of receiving from just hearing that song. And so we'll talk a little bit about that. I'm going to do some frequently asked questions here. In just a few moments. But before we do all that, let me just make sure that we get the tags, because we're up to 943 subscribers and we are about to bust through the roof on this show. All right. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, LinkedIn, we added another one. So this bar is going to get longer and longer. It's the streaming platform called Rumble. And we're super excited that all of you guys are a part of the experience in the Erskin Music Show. We'll be coming back a couple of times in the summer to give you guys some special updates about some things. But where have we been? We have been doing a little bit in the Midwest. We'll be doing a little bit more in the Midwest, and I'm headed over to Colorado, then I'm back to East Tennessee, and then I'm up to Wisconsin. And so we'll be traveling around a little bit this summer. Not as much as some other summers. You listen to that travel schedule, and you're like, man, you're all over the map. But really, I've had more days here in Nashville. This summer will be more days in Nashville than any summer I've had over the last 10 and a half years. Some of that is by design. I'm planning my obsolescence. But no, some of that is due to the fact that we have a church plant, and I want to make sure that I'm at least present enough so that we can continue the efforts that we're doing in church planting here in East Nashville. But also some of that is due to the fact that I'm not doing as many camps this summer. So I have the week-long stretches where I'm going to be out of town. We do camps, but not as many this summer. It's more festivals, pop on, get out, get back home. And so that's kind of what we've been doing this summer. Had some time at Resound Fest, and the folks there are wonderful in Bethany, Missouri. And if you've never heard of Resound Fest or been to Resound Fest, that is an incredible music festival. And they do a tremendous job of bringing in just some great talent, as well as, just people whose hearts are full of the Lord and sharing Jesus and ministering. So I got a chance to be there with Joe Guerra, and whom you guys know I tour with from time to time, and he did a fantastic job. And some of the A-list people, they did okay as well. Colton Dixon, he did all right. Kane, they did all right. So good job to them. Ben Fuller was amazing. There, Katie Nicole, first time getting a chance to hear her, and so she did a fantastic job as well. And so their music you may be a little bit more familiar with to some extent because they are on radio. For those of you who don't care much about radio, which would be probably consistent with a little bit of those who are you on this platform, you may be even more familiar with a person like Joe Guerra or Brendan Brooks than you would some of the folks that are on the radio. And so, man, there's all sorts of paradigms that are changing. Spent some time in Florida on the back half of that tour with Brendan Brooks. Just really enjoying some time at the CMB conference, and that was a wonderful conference as well. It's good to see how the cheese is made. I'll come back in season 7 and talk more about that because that has kind of fueled some things that I want to talk about. We'll be doing let's just say in season 7, we've got a lot of things that we're going to expose. And I think it'll be interesting. It'll be on brand for this platform, but let's just say because we have been able to do this 10 and a half years without having major record label influence, major radio play, and the foreseeable future looks really good for us to continue to be able to do that. I'm not beholden to a record label, so I'm not going to pull any punches when it comes to some of the shenanigans that I'm saying, and just letting you guys know how the system works, because there's a lot of artists who watch this and they have frequently asked questions as to how certain things get done. And so being able to be in Florida at CMB to see how and where the cheese is made was eye-opening and instructive to me. And so, yeah, we'll be getting into some of those episodes very, very soon. All right, Word Rat wants to give you guys a special message because if you have not subscribed to this show, and I don't know who of you have subscribed and who have not subscribed to this show, but go ahead and subscribe to the show so that you don't miss a single episode. There are things that are pop up all the time of shows that I'm going to be doing in the future, but you don't want to miss things that are going to be just directly pertinent to your situation. And if you see the notifications, at least you'll see the notification that comes up that announces the show. If you don't want to watch it, that's cool. It may not be something that you're interested in, but let's just say for a show that's non-political, I will be endorsing a candidate for the presidency, and maybe I'll do that on the weekend show. But anyway, so that's coming up in season 7. Word Rat has got a word for you. My friend, who is a Christian rapper in Cincinnati area, wants to tell you this. All right, some frequently asked questions that I have been getting lately, and I want to go ahead and answer for you guys. One of those is, what is this album and how does it differ? This is the album cover now, and how does this differ from the other 7 projects that I have? Well, this actually has only 3 new songs that you wouldn't have been able to find other places. It has the song Is He Worth It, which is probably, I think, by virtue of YouTube numbers, my most popular song. Never appeared on an album before. And I have people all the time ask me when they hear that song, which album is He Worth It on? Well, it's only a single. You can stream it. You can do all the different things, playlist it, as people have occasion to do. But I want to go ahead and say this to the artists that are out there. I still sell a good amount of CDs. And I know people don't necessarily have CD players, but people do when they meet an artist who is engaging and whom they want to have a continued relationship with. They may not ever listen to this, but them having this is some measure of them being able to interact with you. And so signing CDs, doing different things like that, who knows? They just throw it as Chinese stars and just, try to stick it into one another like we used to do as kids. They may use it as Frisbees. They may use it to ward off birds. But nonetheless, I still sell a ton of CDs. And so if you're an independent artist out there and you are set up, and I say set up, like literally a square card reader, to be able to go direct to market, I wouldn't forsake CDs because they're still a thing. And with the distribution group that I have, New Day distributing this, they're still putting this in places where there's brick and mortar stores. There are still a few of those that are out there where people are buying CDs. And so the cover, very attractive cover here that Aaliyah designed. I think it conveys the sense of the fact that we're busting people's tails. First of all, that's what look at this cover. This is the first time that people are going to get a chance to see me. Like, what is this guy all about? Is he about Rastafarianism? Well, no. Once you listen to it, this guy's about busting people's tails. And I've had so many people who have come and been like, man, why is this stuff not on the radio? because the radio don't like to always play good music. All right, so anyway, so this album differs in the fact that we have Is He Worth It actually on an album, the song Everything, which was done in conjunction with Moody. And it was just great to see Don and Steve with me goofing off in the background there. Everything, that was sort of a special project that went along with one of their share-a-thons. The Gospel Changes Everything. And so that song is also here. And then the Giver of Life featuring Lydia is on here as well. And so just the discography here: Grace Made the First Move, one of my more popular songs. Be Brave, which you just saw the lyric video for that, so you guys can rock out to that anytime. Just Dance, just tons of fun to do live. Only Love, Circles featuring Mason Zagota, King of the Mountain, which I don't know a sports team that I've played for that doesn't love that song. Do What You Got to Do, which is the standard. Jeremy, if you're still watching this, thank you so much. You're in the video, and whenever we are at places that have video, they see you on fake keyboard over there getting it done, baby. Little studio magic. The song Black and White, which is iconic, which I want people to hear that song and respond to that song, because that is on brand. If there's nothing else, it's on brand, which all of this is on brand. But that is the most segregated time in our country. The platform the Lord has given me, I am not a shy man, and I'm not scared of anybody. And so to speak about some of the racial reconciliation issues that are out there has been a unique opportunity that I have embraced. And it has, I believe, brought people closer together and brought people closer to understanding the Black community. Hopefully, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, it helps the Black community to understand and appreciate, in the white evangelical church, some of the concerns that are there. And we'll continue to do that through the Erskin Music platform, songs like this, and we'll be creating a ton of art coming up. I'm not going to tell you who I'm writing with, but a little bit later on down the road, I've got some special writers that I'm writing with that it's going to shape project number 9 in a unique way, unless the Lord returns before that. And of course, I'm not doing album number 9 if the Lord returns. And then Better Day is on here, a song that I wrote with David Delgado, and just a tremendous song. Look on the back here, folks. Did you guys know Respark Music? That is my record label. I'm 33.3% owner of that label, and that's an independent label that we have. We're trying to grow the show there. And so if you have an extra $100,000 and you want to send that to us, we can get that thing up and running for the foreseeable future. If you have $10, that's great. I had asked, well, no, we won't do that today. Frequently asked questions. So how does the album differ? It differs because we have different things that are on this album that we had never had before. And when I was approached or having conversations with New Day, they said, well, nobody really knows who you are in the larger scope of the world. Like, you have an ecosystem in places where you travel, and that's great and everything, but we want to expose you to the larger world, and we want them to know you. And you already have 7 projects that have come before. And so maybe think about taking the best of those, putting them on one project so that we can then distribute that, and then getting people onboarded from that point. So we decided to do that. And that's kind of how all that came to be. Another frequently asked question, and you guys can jump in the comment section at any time. How did I get a distribution deal? As I said before, I've been working at this for about 10 and a half years professionally. That means full-time. Means when we moved to Nashville, I didn't do anything but music. I did a couple of odd jobs just to keep food on the table from time to time. But those are like 2 and 3 days out of the week. Most of the time I was playing at open mics, and we lived almost exclusively the entire first year on savings, because I was at every conference that I could go to, from GMA to Babby Mason to in the bars and clubs, working on songs, wrote about 20 or 30 songs for a producer here, Stephen Lawicki, that I've worked with in that first year. And then within 11 months, we had recorded Let's Ride, and then started going around the world and touring in some of the early days. And so I've been working at this full time for the last 10 and a half years. And I have had any number of opportunities to explore everything from Centricity and record label, John Mays and those guys, A&R with Goatee and various other places. That's not my jam, either one of those places. And I think that kind of became clear to both of us. I'm not really a younger artist that you can just kind of make me do certain things. So anyway, no shade on those guys. They're doing a fantastic job. Um, judging by the houses that they live in Franklin, they're doing a fantastic job. But on the distribution side, I didn't know much about distribution, but just in the sense that I felt like over the years, you have less and less brick and mortar stores. You have more people who are buying things online. They're streaming. And so that platform didn't always necessarily appeal to me, or I see the sense of that. I have some friends who are sort of insiders with New Day, who approached me with the idea. And at first I was kind of like, how does this work? Because the last time I checked, I can't even find a Lifeway bookstore to go into, and much less, I don't think that anybody goes there and actually buys any physical product. But as it was explained to me, the outlets where people used to distribute things are now basically gone away. Most of them have gone away. And because Daywin was so instrumental and has been around the longest, they're now receiving all of that traffic. And so, it's a good situation. Um, it's phasing out to some extent, but then they also have some online presence that I think you're going to see a massive uptick. Don't be surprised, folks. Don't be surprised when you see a massive uptick and jump in the number of subscribers for the Erskine Music Show. Some of that will be by the design of just how we're putting together the show, and optimization, and um, some of the SEO stuff that we have available to us now to be able to grow the show. But some of that will be due in part to this distribution deal as well, because we will have the opportunity to take advantage of their distribution arm through YouTube and some of the other things that's going to give more exposure. And when people are exposed to the Erskine Music Show, uh, there's a sense of actually getting a chance to know who Erskine is, not just some guy that's on the stage. He's right there. He's in our screen. We can make a comment. We can tell him and the Dolphins that that's ridiculous. And some of you guys do that. And I really enjoy that kind of thing. Um, and so, yeah, it's a different platform, different opportunity, different outlets that are found there. And so here's the deal, because I've had a lot of people ask me how the distribution thing works. I'm like, hey, I want distribution. Hey, don't suck. Don't suck. We have spent 10 and a half years not sucking. And I hope that that doesn't offend anybody that's out there. But the reason why I kind of sit back and I laugh is because I live in Nashville and I know how the cheese is made. I know where the cheese is made. I'm not going to call out names here. That wouldn't be. Let's just say everybody that you hear on the radio, I pretty much know the producers and the session players who play the music um, for those groups. And we're using the same people. And so you're hearing Erskine music. And I'm not saying that you have to move to Nashville, but I'm just saying there's a Nashville sound because Nashville studio musicians play extremely well. There's a cleanness to the sound that if you're doing your home studio, God bless you for that. And I started in a home studio. Actually, it was a church studio in the back of a junk room. Made the Blind Eye album, and that was fun. It was challenging. It was exciting. It was necessary. It was important. And then Worship Now came after that. And so there's a place for making home studio quality albums. But in the world of getting distribution deals, signed to record labels, having your own record label, there's not really a place for subpar sounding. I'm not like my lyrical content or people's hearts behind it, but there's not really a place for subpar sounding music. And one of the things that is easily recognizable when I tell people I'm from Nashville and they listen to about 3 seconds of any of the songs that are on this album or any of the albums that I've done in Nashville, their response is, okay, so how do we sign? Can you come? Because it's generally a sense of this, we didn't cut any corners. And so I'll just go ahead and tell you that first album that I did was close to about $20,000. And subsequent projects range anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000. If you don't have that in your pocket, which I've never had that in my pocket, then it's going to take you a long time to recoup, to gather, I've called in favors from various folks. There have been some extremely charitable people whose names I won't mention because they don't want to be mentioned. They don't want me to steal their glory, who have come alongside and said, we want to be a part of a single or a project that you're doing. And they've helped along the way. And then, just sweat equity. My high school basketball coach used to always laugh because, like, everybody is bold until that sweat hits the crack of their butt. And so just a lot of sweat equity over the last 10 years, 10 and a half years. And so when folks heard this and when the opportunity, they were introduced to me, I was introduced to them. Once we kind of do the awkward dance of, what are you really about? It became clear that we could work together for the expanse of the kingdom. And so that's how that came about. And so how do you get a distribution deal? Maybe it won't take you 10 and a half years, but it's going to take you some time and some sweat equity. And the sweat's going to have to hit the crack of your butt and just move forward from there and pursue as much excellence as you can. And if it takes a little bit longer, I think your projects will be a little bit stronger throughout the process. But always in the midst of all that, whether we had money or didn't have money, whether we had shows or didn't have shows, we were actively trying to tell people about Jesus. And so there you go. Plug that in. All right. Frequently asked questions. Thanks for the endorsement. Is my boy there? Tell my boy I said hello. I saw that he got a little dinged up in a swim meet this summer, and so we were a little bit sad about that. But man, tell my boy I said hello. Anyway, next question is, what can a distribution do for my career? Okay, I have no idea. I've been asked this question by several people as to what a distribution deal is going to do. Since I've never had one before, I don't know if this does anything. I'm prepared, and just you need to know this about Erskine Music. I'm prepared, people, that if nothing happens, no phones ring, no stores sell any units whatsoever, we are prepared in the Erskine Music Group, the Erskine Music Band, the Erskine Music Show, the Erskine Music Podcast, the Erskine Music Multiverse Universe. We are prepared to continue as prescribed before. Work hard, pursue excellence, bust tails out there. And when I say bust tails, I'm an extremely competitive person. When I hear Jordan Felice, whose music I absolutely love, when I hear Danny Goki, whose music I absolutely love, I go, man, they're doing a fantastic job, but I'd rather be me than them because I know what's coming. I know what I have in the tank. I know that I'm about 70%. I'm at about 70% capacity with the tools, technology, and things that I have to work with. People are surprised that we get as much done with as little as we have. And that's by design because we don't have a lot. We don't need a lot. And so all I'm simply saying is Erskine Music for the foreseeable future, should the Lord tarry, should the Lord continue to give his grace, we are marching a straight line because there are so many people that have been reached, need to be reached, and can be reached, distribution deal or not. So we'll look over the next 6 to 12 months at what happens in the Erskine Music profile. I think it's a perfect collision course because we were about to skyrocket anyway with some of the technology that we're using and some of the platform that this is opening up for the Erskine Music Show. We're already poised to do that. The distribution deal may be catching up with me at that point, or I may be catching up with it. But suffice it to say, we're extremely excited about the trajectory, whether we sell a single unit or not. So I don't know the answer to that question. Who are the real stars? And it's not these little things that get these lights out of here. Who are the real stars? Try to turn this thing off. It is obviously Kelly. It is obviously the sacrifice that she makes every day for us to be able to do this. My kids are rock stars. They're not here right now, but I'll see them soon. They're rock stars. They're literally at this point, they're creating the merch that we have at the merch table. We sold out of so many things at Resound Fest because people were just like, man, bracelets, stickers, all these different things. You got them. So daughter's helping prepare those things. Son has helped out a ton with merch over the last year. And so it's literally a family business. I've got a ton of hats over there. They're set for our next tour. We're going to be imprinting those, embossing those things with Erskine Music, the Jumpman, as you guys saw on this album, little Jumpman logo. And so things are just really fun around here. So the rock stars that are over here. Aaliyah, my executive assistant, big shout out to her. She does so many different things, getting videos and things put together, and just contracts and so many other things. Um, Stephen Lawicki, Kim Pennington, all the folks that you saw. In fact, all the folks, and I'll just go ahead and put this up here, the dream team, as I call them. Brian Smith, who's up there. There could be tens of thousands of other people who are up there. But Aaliyah on the right there, Brian, myself, Stephen Lawicki, Kim Pennington, folks who are doing some just tremendous things, and who are Don and Steve, which you saw their endorsement there, doing some incredible things. So thanks to all of them. They're the rock stars who are here. And I had somebody ask me a question. I get calls to do consultations with artists from time to time, and several people have reached out to me, and several promoters and folks have reached out to me and said, how can I encourage artists? And artists who have reached out to me and said, how can we take the next step? We understand that you have people who help you with booking. Now, let me be clear about this. 98.9% of everything that gets booked, I book that. I make those calls. And so there's no special sauce when it comes to the Erskine Music Group as to why we're booking so many things. It's relationships with people, and then going and kicking butt. Look, guys, I'm not taking anything from anybody. If you saw Colton Dixon, and I've seen him a couple times this year, I'm like, he's all right. He's good. He was on American Idol. Dude can sing. He's got a great personality. But I'd rather be him than him. Rather be me than him. And so we show up places, and whether it be newsboys or whether it be anybody that's out there today, I'm not blaspheming any of them. There's not to be worship, so there's no blasphemy there. But we're not taking anything from them. We just know that what we have is awesome as well. And in the most helpfully competitive sense, I would rather have my platform and be able to springboard into a discussion about pro-life, springboard into a conversation about evangelism, or springboard into a conversation that is of a sensitive pastoral nature. I'd rather have my platform and be able to do that than their platform and not be able to do those things. And so it just comes down to some of that. It's just how the razor edge is going to cut. And I'm extremely excited to be sitting where it is that we're sitting. And so the rock stars who have made all that possible, and for folks that are out there wondering about booking, I have people who follow up on the things that are booked and make sure that people have flyers for venues and things like that. Aaliyah does a fantastic job of that. But here's what you need to do if you want to increase your booking. And I'll give this information for free. You need to create a team, and you need to go work hard. All right. Anything else we need to talk about here today? Our work is just about done. What's next? Let's get out of here for just a second. What's next? All right, what's next? Really quickly here, I'm going to pop on a couple of times this summer, and I'm going to talk about a couple of things, but it's not going to be the full Orb Erskine Music Show. We'll come back with that. We'll have devotions. You know we love to get into the Word of God. You know we love to talk scripture on this show, but we also like to talk about things that are in culture. And so I'll be coming back with some movie reviews. We got Miles Morales over the corner here. We got Guardians of the Galaxy. We got a movie called Nefarious that just came out. There's a couple of other Christian movies that are out there. I want to review some movies that are out there and point you guys to some good media. How are you guys spending your time? What are you guys watching? What kind of content is going in? If you're putting garbage in, as the adage says, garbage will come out. And so let's try to purify our hearts with some of the things that we're watching. And there's some great Christian films that are out there. So we'll be doing some movie reviews coming up. Tours this summer, like I said, next week, we're headed to Independence, Missouri. That's going to be a ton of fun. Can't wait. Festivities around the 4th of July. That should be an incredible celebration. Summertime. It's summertime. So as I said before, we'll be headed up to Wisconsin. We'll be headed out to Colorado. That's going to be a ton of fun as well. Stops in Kansas, Kansas City, and places along the way as we head out to Colorado and then back. The metaverse. Don't be surprised if we get in season 7 online and a little bit more connected with the metaverse. Yes. It is here. It is upon us, and it is a place where Miles Morales and I will be hanging out, not just in the metaverse, but in the multiverse. And so, several universes away, there'll be Erskine music shows that are going on. And in the alternate Erskine music world, if you've seen the new Spider-Man movie, the alternate Erskine music world, um, Erskine is a um, procurer of unique fashion and trinkets. And as a result of that, um, he gets this following and then has to tell people where to go. Anyway, fantasy fiction. Uh, I'll be talking about getting ready to put pen to paper on a writing project that I'm going to be doing on leadership. Super excited about that. I've been collecting notes all year, reading things, watching things, and just living the life. And there's some indispensables of leadership that I want to share with you guys. And the necessity of the reason why I want to write my first actual published book on the subject of leadership, so vitally important. And I'll tell you, off the jump, a man at some point has got to be a man. So a man doesn't become a man until that boy becomes a man, and a woman has got to be a woman. And so we're going to clear past any of that confusion that's out there in our culture, and the LGBTQR community is going to absolutely love what I have to say. In fact, I'm going to help them out with a lot of things that are confused about. So there's going to be that on leadership. We're going to be talking about the new projects. We'll have some new technology, new cameras, new speed, a lot of different things that are coming in season number 7. But I'm going to get to some movie reviews, I think, this summer. And then we'll dovetail that into season 7, where we have some special guest names mentioned here. Oh, we have some authors that are coming out. I won't tell you who the special guests are at this point because we're still efforting the particular dates. But I'll just say we have some musicians, obviously, Erskine Music Show. We have some authors who are other authors that are out there who will be coming to the show. And then we have some personalities that are going to be coming to the show. We have some new constructions of things that are going to be the way that we do the Erskine Music Show and how we incorporate other people on the show. And so you will not want to miss season 7 of the Erskine Music Show. I'm super excited about that. But I'm also super excited about what's going on this summer. So if I'm coming to a city near you, which I may be, for those of you who in the Midwest who are extremely strong on this show, if I'm coming to a city near you, I would love to see you guys face in person. So thank you guys so much for all of your support for the Erskine Music Group. Special announcement, new album that's out there. It's coming today at all the different places. It's the Erskine Music Show. Ooh, we've already gone 47 minutes. All right, so that's a typical Erskine Music Show, about 50 minutes or so. God bless. We'll talk soon.